Ah, yes. So we are here today talking between two juggernauts that have recently made their glorious return to the game. And we are here to talk about them both, that being none other than the OPQ system, Atlas Assault Rifle, built different weapon, AR, you already know. And then the COV, almighty incendiary, godly destroying, ripping, multi-pellet AR. The No Pew Pew, you know what I'm saying? It's bang bang, homie, you know what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, anyways, all the jokes aside. Yeah, these weapons are absolute monsters. I know a lot of people are excited to have these puppies back, me included. I'd be lying if I said otherwise. Now, obviously, you know, with great power comes great battles. I guess you could say, put that in air quotes, but we're just talking about two guns in a video game here. But they're both very good. So these two I've covered a little bit, and a lot of people have in the community as well. They are very, very, very strong, and I guess we'll go ahead and just talk about them both right off the rip here. So I guess we'll start off with our good old pal, the No Pew Pew. So the No Pew Pew is obviously a COV assault rifle. It's going to shoot 3 projectiles while only consuming 1 shot, right? However, this thing can also roll up into a ×4. However, if you do roll into a higher projectile count, because I've heard that you can get a ×5 one, but the higher your projectile count gets with this, the quicker you're going to overheat with it. So just keep that in mind. In this gameplay, we are using a ×3 one. It's next to max corrosive, and each pellet is about 16k per shot, which is obviously pretty good. ×3, but that's obviously very, very important, which is part of the reason why this thing is very, very solid. And the longer you hold the trigger with this puppy, the faster you're gonna the faster your fire rate with this is gonna be. So you could combine that with things like, I don't know, match sets on modes, or harmonious havoc on modes, stuff like that, and have this thing going a million miles per minute. Now obviously you have, you know, characters like Zane and Amara who would make this thing do absolute work. I know Amara could absolutely shred with this thing, just looking at Lazy Data, you know what I'm saying, bro? But that's all stuff aside. The No Pew Pew is obviously a devastating machine. We're using it on flak here, rocking a revolter, some nice ASCs, and then we are using an assault rifle style stack bot, so that's obviously very nice with a nice little pearl. And yeah, another thing that's kind of important to note is that once you kill an enemy with this thing, is that a little lava pool is going to spawn at their location, making it a pretty nice little ironic twist back when we had the run, you know, the lava pools, stupid mayhem modifier back in like mayhem 10 and stuff like that, bruh. Yeah, flipping the script on the enemy, how does it feel? But yeah, No Pew Pew is definitely a straight up pimp for sure. Then you have, you know, the OPQ system. This is definitely Atlas's best weapon in the game. Without this gun, Atlas is really only good at making grenades. So the OPQ system, obviously you can have it fire a little drone, and this little drone does count as a projectile. So I believe with things like Two Fang, I also believe the Messy Breakup could be good with this. You could hold this thing, you could like shoot it, hold it with the Dark Army. Maybe you could use a Messy Breakup, Two Fang, or you could also use an Infernal Wish and get 3. I mean, you could do that if you wanted to, but for us, bro, the Underbarrel's cool with it, but like this thing's base damage is so good that this thing can just melt everything in the game basically by itself. So like the drone is cool, don't get me wrong, but I don't really like find myself stressing to use it while I'm like slaying the entire game casually, you know what I'm saying? This thing also does have the occasional shock explosion on hit, which is obviously very, very good, as long as you are not too close to it. Obviously, if you were close to it, it will down you instantly because it is built different. So even against the wielder, it will bite the hand that feeds it, or per se. So just be a little careful. Don't barrel stuff enemies with this thing, as you will down yourself for sure. So just be careful of doing that. So just keep that in mind. Another thing that is also very important to know is that the thing is always going to drop in the cost-effective prefix, and it can roll up to ×2, which is very, very solid, and overall very, very nice. The shock explosions do a considerable amount of damage, and they do you know, get ASE's effect, which is obviously very, very nice. So does your drone does as well. I also believe that the lava pool from the No Pew Pew can also get the ASEs, so you can get, it's going to be doing more elemental damage than just fire, which is also important to note. But we're talking about the OPQ system at the moment. Now, once again, we are using this thing with a Revolter. We are using corrosive ASEs. This thing is a Consecuts. This thing is also at a very high damage roll at 35k times 2. Very, very solid, to say the least. This thing is putting in massive work. And overall, I've just very much so enjoyed my time using the OPQ system again after it's been such a long time since we got a updated version of it. And overall, it's just very, very fun. Now, if we're putting these two together, which one, you know, is okay? So for like mobbing situations, I would have to say that the OPQ system is a little bit better because there's no like fire rate build up per se to it. As soon as you hold the trigger, it's firing at its fastest, so you're going to be able to dump that initial burst damage along with the shock bursts very casually, a little bit quicker before the OPQ can initially even get going. So just keep that in mind, that the OPQ system is going to be a little bit better in that scenario. Now for bossing, the OPQ system is an obvious machine. However, the No Pew Pew, whenever this thing actually gets built up, like after like you start shooting for like 2 seconds, it's gonna surpass the OPQ system's damage pretty substantially. I mean, it gets to the point to where not even Psycho Reaver can even like stand up to it. Not even in one mag, Psycho Reaver just gets absolutely slapped up casually and just ripped apart by the No Pew Pew. Like, it's absolutely insane. For bosses that do not have immunity phases, the No Pew Pew is gonna down them quicker than a lot of rocket launchers can, unless you can one-shot them. But if you can't, you know, the No Pew Pew is definitely one of the best assault rifles for bossing, for sure. It's actually kind of absurd how fast this thing rips through like high health bar enemies. Like, it just casually just rips. It's so greasy, so disgusting. It's like a hot knife through butter. It's very, very nice. Now, at the end of the day, if I have to pick one over the other, I might say, just because I'm playing so much Flak at the moment, I'm gonna like the OPQ system a little bit more. Just a little bit, bro. I have so much fun casually blinking away the stupid battle wolves. It just makes me smile. And this thing is like a top tier option at doing that. And it's just overall, like, it's like either a 9 or a 10 in every category in the game for assault rifles that you want it to be in. And I feel like the No Pew Pew is probably like at bare minimum 8 out of 10 in every category. But like, these two are so good, you can't go wrong with either. I just like the OPQ system just a little bit more. But other than that though, guys, that is just gonna about wrap up the video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Which weapon do you like more, OPQ system or the No Pew Pew? Also, guys, I do want to give a huge shout out to y'all. We've had a good amount of support over the past couple of days. I just want to say thank y'all so much. It means a lot to me, and you guys are just so goddamn awesome. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. My name's Kree. We'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.